Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. OSR Christmas is going on for the rest of this month and the beginning of January at tenkarstavern.com. Please participate. Uh, Maybe you'll be gifted with some really neat prizes, which includes Arduin gifts. So, why? Why would you pass up on that? So, as you're looking at the screen and you saw the title of this video, we're back to some Arduin post. Oh my god! Does that mean that the drama in gaming is calming down? I gotta cough that one out. I doubt it. But it's good to get back to some gaming talk, gaming thought. So, and I should start with this. I've read some of the comments in the Arduin communities, and a lot of them are pretty much on the level of Tenkar doesn't know shit. I gained with Dave. That's great. I wish I had. I wish I gained with Dave. I wish I gained with Gary, but those opportunities never presented themselves to me. So yes, you can add to the conversation by adding to these videos. Comment on them. If you feel you're knowledgeable enough, please join me on one of these days. I'm happy to have you. I can only address Arduin and Dave's words, looking at, in this case, like some of Dave's thoughts, from the perspective of a gamer who, although old school in his nature and gaming since 1980 or so, um, is looking at it with the eyes of a 54-year-old at the end of 2021. So my interpretations may not match the experiences of people who gamed with Dave. And I think my audience would like to hear whether you call them corrections or clarifications or other views, whatever you want to call them. Again, I'd love to have some of you all on this channel talking about this because I think that is where everybody learns. Everybody gets a little bit of an excellence in the knowledge. By the way, it's a wine night. What can I tell you? All right, so alignment. Alignment is a generalization. Now, note that word. That's an important word. Generalization. It is not something that's cut in stone, right? Of how your character will act in most situations. Generalization, most situations. By the way, I hope there have been some really dip ass comments on Facebook. Nothing to do with Arduin. With topics that are some people consider to be much more important than gaming, and they talk in absolutes. Every fantasy story is about XYZ. All, whoever thinks this way is a, and I do like the way Dave says generalization, most situations. That's what we're talking about here, okay? I do remember a lot of us back in the 80s looking at alignment as per the first edition DMG and Player's Handbook, and it was almost like a straitjacket into how you could act. And I like this. A chart that can be used for a guideline is provided below. The alignment chart. That's really not so much a chart, okay? It isn't like the AD&D alignment chart, and it shows you how different alignments go along together, which is bogus anyway, but neither here nor there. Chaotic. A character doesn't care much for rules and regulations, doing pretty much what he feels like when he feels like it. Fair enough. Neutral. A character that can take rules or leave them, but generally goes along with them for the sake of harmony with the world around them. And I'll be honest with you, I've always thought that neutral is where the vast majority of characters and PCs would fall under. But, alignment, strong political alignment, like in our world, It seems like everybody's polarized because of social media, but the reality is the vast majority are somewhere in that middle, and we would call them neutral. Lawful, a character that likes order and the rule of law in his life. Rules and regulations make him happy, and he feels content functioning within their framework. Amoral. This is one that was lacking from D&D, but this, and actually, this is probably something that in modern day terms we would consider a mental illness, right? A character doesn't know right from wrong or understand laws. He will do what he wants, regardless of it's legal or illegal, if he wants to do it. Good and evil. There are simplistic terms to note. These are simplistic terms to note how a person will deal with other people within the context of his alignment. His ethics. Evil people do things to harm others. They lie, they cheat, steal, and murder. Good people generally tell the truth, don't steal or murder, and usually act in a reasonably decent manner. The Arduin Trilogy has a much more detailed alignment breakdown system. To fully define your character, it is necessary to combine alignment, which is chaotic, neutral, lawful, or amoral. But I don't think you can be amoral good. I don't think that really fits. Um, so you're going to combine the alignment above with good and evil. This is so that a fuller picture of your character's personality framework can be available to you for ease of role playing. When writing down your character's alignment, give the alignment first, followed by a dash. Then whatever it's good or evil. And it's an asterisk there. There's a third alternative for those characters who are neither truly evil nor truly good. They are those of any alignment who simply fall somewhere between. Simply put the prefix true before the alignment of the character, as in true neutral, which, by the way, is the usual alignment for most thieves. Okay. For example, a Nazi stormtrooper, that might be a word that gets me demonetized, we'll see, of World War II would be lawful evil because his culture was one of strict laws, yet very evil. Another example is an elf from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. He would be chaotic good because he lives beyond the laws and rules of mortal man, yet is good nonetheless. Thus, you have the following possible alignments: lawful good, true lawful. Always, I see this whole always smiling. You can be miserable and be lawful and good. What if the people around you are not good and you're just frustrated? They're goody two shoes, always helpful. You know the type. Usually merchants, soldiers. I don't see that. Your merchants are not. They might try to put on the veneer of being lawful and good, but I think most of your merchants are true neutral, and money is the alignment that they follow. But I could be wrong. Foresters, like rangers, neutral good, true neutral. Most thieves fit here. Chaotic good, most elves fit. True chaotic. Most animals and non intelligent monsters fit here. Lawful evil, most bad nobles or officials fit here. Neutral evil, most bandits or outlaws fit here. Chaotic evil, most bad monsters are aligned thusly. Amoral, con man and other tricksters fit into this category. All right, con man Ken, we found your alignment. Amoral evil. These are people who are always trying to hurt others for their own personal gain. Remember, there are always exceptions to the above chart. So yes, you can't look at this as absolutes. Once you start looking at absolutes, these things break down. Real life, fiction, gaming, absolutes are not the way of the world. If you are running your campaign with absolutes, I'm sorry. Is uh, every goblin going to be evil? Oh my God, the vast majority. Even within our society, though, you might have a few that are, lawful neutral, right? That just they don't want to commit evil acts. They just rather be left alone. And maybe the party's interactions will give them an excuse to get out from under that, right? Um, you're not going to find lawful evil paladins in most campaigns, but still, you know, I guess uh, lawful neutral blink dog, aren't they supposed to be lawful good in AD&D? I don't know. Just brainstorming. Now, source image with light and source image with continual light going to be just continual light sometime in the future. They don't have alignment, and there's two reasons for that. Probably the main reason is space, just to not have to waste the words on explaining alignment. Leaving it out was easy enough, but also I think alignment adds a lot to the game. But if for a starter game, for a new campaign with new players that aren't used to it, I think it adds a lot of weight that isn't needed and is misinterpreted. So, but I do like Dave's definitions are good. So I'd like to hear your thoughts, folks. Seriously, I always do. You can leave a voicemail, and I can leave a voicemail number up on the screen. How about that? I can leave a voice. You can leave a voicemail 347-509-5168, 347-509-5168. You can drop an email, tenkars.tavern@gmail.com. Well, you can also leave comments on these casts. I appreciate it, whether it's here or an anchor. I listen to it all. I read it all. Okay? Folks, we are in the midst of the world of the pandemic. I am not telling you what to do. I am not saying get vaxxed, don't get vaxxed, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I went down to buy my wine earlier tonight here in New York City, and although I am triple vaxxed, first, I have comorbidities coming up my wazoo. I had to put my mask on to go in and buy some bottles of wine. So, I bought wine 2 weeks ago. I did not have to. Things change. All right, it's up to you to decide how you're going to handle that change. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow and back on Wednesday with a live stream with Bad Mike. And again, I believe, a special guest. All right, folks, on that note, thank you so much, and I will be back tomorrow.